My name is Duncan Wood, calling from the UK. Welcome to the Cloud Token call, especially if you're brand new and seeing this for the first time. I'd like to welcome you. All I would say is keep an open mind, forget anything that you've experienced in the past, especially if it's been a bad experience, because this is like nothing you've ever seen. You cannot compare this to anything you've seen in the past. I'm going to hand over the call to a very good friend of mine now, Tim Mandeville. I think I speak to Tim more than I speak to my wife. He is very experienced in the crypto world, and I'm hoping he will give, as usual, an excellent presentation. So I'm going to make you host, Tim, and welcome, Tim, and I'm sure Tim will tell you a little bit more about himself and his background.
Okay, so thank you very much, Duncan. Yeah, I'm just going to share the screen so that we can get going here. Okay, I'm hoping everybody can see this. Yes, so welcome to today's presentation on Cloud Token. My name is Tim Mandeville. I'm here in Australia. Today it is pouring with rain, so it is not sunny Australia, and cold. Now, a little bit about me. Yes, I've been around crypto for about 4.5 years now. Got involved in Bitcoin, well under $1,000. So you can imagine I've watched it go up, come back down, start to go back up, come back down, and so on. During that time, I've involved myself in a whole heap of ICOs. I also trade on crypto exchanges as well. Sometimes I've done pretty well in investments, other times I've done appallingly, and there's lots of reasons for that, and I'm going to go through a lot of them during this presentation. Cloud Token itself is a place where you can actually store your cryptocurrency. So I need you all to understand this. You are not having to invest $1 into this opportunity, not one. Okay, if you hold any form of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, etc., you are holding that at the moment in an exchange or on a Trezor or on a ledger. Okay, because that's what you have to do. And none of those places where you keep your coins pay you any form of interest. It's like a deposit account in a bank, okay? None of those places pay you interest on keeping your coins with them, all right? But Cloud Token does. So all you're doing is just moving it from one account into another to receive interest. That's it, it's that simple, okay? No cost to you at all. Very, very good opportunity for everyone. You can also exchange your coins in there into Tether if you want to. So if you don't have a lot of money in your crypto and you don't want to risk the volatility that Bitcoin gives you, and you always want to have a certain amount of money and get a certain return, you can swap it into Tether to keep your amount of, let's say, 5 or 6 or 700 US dollars always at that level. It's a place where you will earn your reward tokens, and another place where you can spend them as well. It's a completely functioning ecosystem. So I'm going to run through the origins of Cloud Token with you, the benefits of our Jarvis AI trading bot and what it does and why it's different, how you can accumulate your Cloud Tokens quickly, current and future technologies. Now, I set up some rules for investing into crypto because 99% of the time in most of the opportunities that I involved myself in since 2017, I lost money. In trading, I have a trading plan. So I map out my TA with support and resistance, my trend lines, fibs if necessary. I look at all sorts of things, my risk to reward, where my entry and exit points are, and I have that all mapped out, and then I decide what I'm going to do, and I enter and exit accordingly to make the right amount of money. But when it came to crypto, I didn't have anything in place, nothing. I just went, oh, I'll throw it at the fan, maybe it'll hit, you know, let's do this one, let's do this one, let's do this one. without any real sort of rules behind doing that. So what I came up with was like a 9-point rule, and providing you keep to these sort of 9 points, the chances are what you invest in are going to work for you. All right. And Duncan and I are in a couple of other opportunities outside of Cloud Token, following these principles, and they're all working since October last year. All right. So first one, full visibility of the owners. If you do not know who is behind the project you are involving in, do not involve yourself in it, because at some point they are going to run off with your money and you don't know who to go after. All right. Because that's what happens. Why would you want to invest in something, 50 or 100 or 200 million dollars, whatever it is that they're trying to raise, and the person that's trying to raise all that money to bring this amazing project wants to stay hidden in the background? Absolute rubbish. They're going to take your money. Okay. Exactly the same rule here for the tech team. If you don't know who's behind the project, who's building it, whatever, don't get involved in it, because the chances are what they're telling you they have, they don't. Full visibility of the project offering, okay, what it is, how it's to be sold, how it goes to market. You need to see how all of this works. If there's actually a blockchain project and coding, you should be able to see all of that on GitHub, okay, very, very easily. What does a project have that would create mass adoption and guarantee success? All right, it's no good, somebody bringing out a white paper saying, oh, we want to generate $200 million because we're going to, bring out umbrellas. All right, it's a waste of time. You've got to have something that is going to appeal to the masses, work for everyone, and guarantee everybody's involvement succeeds. If your investment that you're looking at is into crypto, then you must have full visibility of your funds on the blockchain. So if you invest your money in, there should be a wallet address. You should be able to correspond that wallet address on Blockchain Explorer and see that your Bitcoin is in there. All right. There is no selling into a shit coin first to hold it in a project. That was the classic thing to do in 2017, 2018. Put your amazing Bitcoin into BitConnect. They give you BitConnect coin that's absolutely worthless, that they then put into their lending platform to generate you a return on it. Meanwhile, they've got all your Bitcoins, Ethereum, and every other coin that you put in, and you just hope that their coin will go up based on hot air, basically, because that's what it ended up happening. So be very, very careful if you're having to sell your Bitcoin. Be also very, very careful if the Bitcoin you are investing into a project is actually going to be secured against a certain value the day you join. So if Bitcoin doubles, your Bitcoin that you've given them won't. Okay. So if it's 10 grand now and it goes to 20, you might only end up with half a Bitcoin when you go to exit, because they based it at a US dollar value when you gave it to them. Full visibility of your funds if you invest. If you change your mind and want out, you should be able to do so. Okay, make sure that that is available to you. You've got to have access to remove your funds 24/7. If they want you to hold them there for 30, 60 or 90 days, don't do it. Okay, because at some point when they have, tens of thousands of people in there that all can't get their money out for 60 or 90 days, they'll run off. And that's it. That's what happens. Is proof is in the past. Okay. Proven track record of everybody currently involved in the project. Massively important. They need to have public profiles, experience in what you are investing in. And that should all be in social media and in research places that you can check on. Okay. Value-added services and products, either established or about to be, that can generate additional revenues into the future. All right, it's no good being reliant on a one-trick pony to get everybody through the more and more and more people you bring in the door. Okay, it just won't happen for you. So they're the 9 rules. Okay, if you look at a project and every single one of those you answer, well, the investment that you make, whilst not guaranteed to be a success, it's certainly worth dipping your toe in. Okay, the chances are you will succeed more than you will fail. So with that in mind, who is behind Cloud Token? This guy's name is called Ronald I. Okay, you can go onto LinkedIn and put his name in there and read about his complete career history over the last 25 years. All right, he has got huge credibility in the mobile arena, in the apps arena, in the payment methods, in blockchain. Like, he is very, very, very smart and very clever. Okay, last year he won the Innovative Blockchain Project of the Year through the World Blockchain Forum. For those of you who haven't heard of the WBF, they are based in 5 countries. Anybody, anywhere in the world that wants to bring a blockchain project into being has to do so through the World Blockchain Forum. Okay, so they see every single project around the world that's going to be launched onto the blockchain. And Ronald won it last year for this. It's called BitBeta Systems. That's his company, and he generated something called Ori, which is 4th generation blockchain. To give you some example of why that's significant and why it's important, you need to go back to the start, to Bitcoin. Bitcoin came out in 2009, okay? It's generation 1. As a method of transacting day to day, it's completely, totally, and utterly useless, all right? You cannot transact and buy and sell things using Bitcoin, all right? You will stand in front of your local grocer or something, or your coffee shop to pay a coffee, and you will stand there for 4 hours waiting for your credit card to be processed, all right? It transacts at 7 transactions per second, all right? Hopeless. But as a place of storage and wealth, Bitcoin is it. Okay, it's sort of similar to gold, best way to describe it. So they thought, right, we've got to try and speed this up and make it easier. So 2nd generation came, and Ethereum got launched, and they brought something into the market. Well, 2 things mainly. The first was SegWit, segregated witness, where they took the proof of work elements from the miners and segregated it. So if you needed to have your transaction verified, you could do so at a later date, rather than it being part of consensus between all of the miners, you know, having to agree on all of the block and all of the information. So it removed part of it and sped up the process of transacting to 15 transactions per second. What Ethereum have done is they brought out something called smart contracts, and about 80–85% of all the altcoins on the network run on the Ethereum network using their ERC20 token. Okay. So next in the firing line to come out was EOS, Cardano, and Ripple XRP. And they transacted a few thousand transactions per second. All of them except Ripple, or XRP as it's known, are, well, what was I going to say on that with Ripple? It's a private blockchain, not a public one. So when it's private, it's controlled, and it's really controlled by the banks. All right, so they can increase the amount of tokens at will, they can decrease them, they can do whatever they like. It's a private blockchain. You can never get to see what's on it. And that really defies the whole purpose, in my mind, of being a public ledger that nobody can hack or nobody can change and nobody can do anything with. So again, as I said, they have a few thousand transactions per second. Now, the main issue with all of those 3 is the scalability of the blockchain. And what that means is basically the more people that are using any of those altcoins to transact with, the slower their network goes. Okay, so more and more and more people come on, slower it goes, the longer it takes to process your transactions and send your coins and do everything else. Okay, and those that have been doing that will have seen that, especially recently with Ethereum. It can take nearly a day to move your coins around. All right, it's absolutely hopeless. So Ronald thought, well, why don't I develop something that the more people that I bring on board, the faster the network's going to go? That would make better sense, wouldn't it? So he did with Ori, and what he has done, when you download the Cloud Token app and put it onto your phone, you become a node in the network. All right, it uses a minuscule amount of your phone memory to act as that node. And every 1,000 people that we have using the Cloud Token app enables us to transact at around 22,500 transactions per second. All right. We have, as of last weekend, over 850,000 people in 2.5 months that have downloaded our Cloud Token app. All right. So we can transact at like 20 million transactions per second. Like millions upon millions upon millions of transactions per second. Very, very, very quick. All right. To put that into perspective, when you look at Visa and MasterCard, their maximum transaction capability is around 600,000 per second. All right. So they look like a baby in nappies compared to what Ronald's developed, all right, with our Cloud Token app. The very important thing I want you to also realize here is that Cloud Token is not about, not so much about Ori and not so much about Jarvis. It's actually about being a global payment gateway for the world. It's going to enable everybody to transact and deal with each other from one wallet and one app. Okay. When you look at third world countries, and I really mean this, there are billions of people in third world countries that have absolutely no access to any banking. All right. But what you always see them with are 1 or 2 mobile phones in their hands. They have access to their mobile phones. Okay. And by having Cloud Token on that app, they will be able to trade with each other. Okay. And bank with each other and do everything else without the control of their governments, without the control of their banks. All right. That's the idea. It's time for the people to be able to do things without being spoon-fed by other corporations and governments. Okay. Now, the launch was on May the 12th. The sort of pre-launch, the first time this came into anywhere on the public domain was on the 16th of April. And that was the day that I was offered it. I took about 4 days to do some due diligence and joined on the 20th of April, about 3 weeks prior to the launch. At the launch, we had some of our company owners, Ronald in the middle, and this guy here. This guy is called Jim Rogers. For those of you that watch Bloomberg or CNBC, this guy has been forever on it. He is very, very clever, very, very smart. He has hundreds of millions of dollars behind him. All right. He also was the co-founder of the Quantum Fund and Soros Fund. He was the creator of Rogers International Commodities Index. All right. So you can imagine he's hugely respected. So he came along to our launch and gave a speech that you can listen to on our Facebook pages because it's there for about an hour about blockchain and about Cloud Token and what we've developed. So I want you to ask yourself this question if you are new. Why would a man with hundreds of millions of dollars come the other side of the world to promote a scam? Okay, just ask yourself that question. Why would he do that? You could not buy this man to come and promote a scam. He has no need to come and promote a scam. All right. What they get excited about is companies that develop technology that can benefit the world. That's what excites them. That's why they get involved. All right. That's why they're happy to stand up and say, you guys, you really need to look at this. This is what is coming with this project. Okay. Now, my favorite slide, this squiggly line. Anybody that's been around crypto for 3 years will have seen one many, many, many times along with a white paper. It's called a roadmap. And it basically, along with the white paper, it says, give us $100 million, $200 million, and we promise at some point to try and build our ecosystem around the dates on this squiggly line. And everybody throws their money in, and the squiggly line never gets built, the project fails, and all the money disappears. All right. What I'm going to show you today is already built. Every single thing that we have is developed and running. Okay. The last point, or the last piece in the puzzle, is you, the mass adoption. That's the phase that we're in now, getting it out to the masses so that we can release more and more and more of the technologies and the products that we have built to work on it. Because you have to have the numbers in order to cover the costs involved in doing those sort of things. So in May, we had our official launch of Cloud Token Wallet 1. All right. In June, it got a big upgrade. Jarvis got an upgrade with a thing called Etherium. All right. It's an algorithm. Jarvis is different. For those of you that have done trading on exchanges with through bots or binary options or whatever that way, you do something that's called pair trading. Okay. Pair trading is like, you know, US dollar, Australia dollar, that sort of thing. It's pairs, all right? And you're buying at a level, selling at a level on, or buying low, selling high on an exchange. And it's, you know, you should make some money doing that. But ours is different. We do, or Ronald developed something called triangular arbitrage. So it's triple pair trading, all right? So it looks at 3 types of pairs on an exchange. And rather than selling high and selling low, it looks at the differences in volume on exchanges and differences on the prices, and then it transacts and increases its volume of coins that it has. It's very, very clever. Like Ronald recently put up a little video explaining how it works, and I to be honest, I don't have a brilliant idea of it. But it's certainly very, very clever. He goes into how he failed originally with Jarvis and the money it was costing him, and just a few little tweaks with Etherium turned that round to starting making millions of dollars every hour with it. So it's very, very clever, the project, and you can see it as well on our current cloud version 1. We have new projects coming as well. We have Friday. Friday is for our $1 million accounts, or if you've got $5 million to invest, you get access to Jarvis using your API keys on the exchanges. Okay, and there's a charge for that, and that goes into our reserve pool. We have Cloud Token version 2 launching. All right, at our there's a big celebratory party on the 5th of October in KL, where we have our new offices being opened, support where our trading is, and you can see all of these things going on, especially if you come to the opening party of that. We have for the higher end of the people in the company at the moment, we've got our MasterCard debit cards being issued at the moment. The KYC is happening for that. We have a crypto to fiat solution being offered through Atomic that I'll go into in a minute. Our global e-commerce partners announced, the company have announced one with Travelocity at the moment. We have data SIM cards being launched. Another part of our string in our bow as such is we're going to turn the telecoms industry inside out and upside down with what Ronald has developed with his data SIM cards. All right. And we have Rogue being launched for our third world countries that is a compounder of Jarvis to enable them to get in with a very, very, very small amount of money that then starts compounding, and with the data SIM they can function with Cloud Token and start generating their revenues, etc. We have Merchant Network coming out this year. Point of sale, there's already been some talk about our merchants that are looking to take us on. We have our point of sale machines and that coming out, and more e-commerce partners being announced. So all of these things are here. It's like a complete ecosystem. A place firstly at the start where you're earning all your cloud tokens, and a place where you can spend them, because no good earning something if it has no value to anywhere else and you can't go and spend it. All right. How does it work for us? Okay, you deposit your Bitcoin first into the Super Wallet on your Cloud Token app. All right, there are two wallets in Cloud Token: the Super Wallet, where you store all your crypto, and the Jarvis wallet that then uses it to trade. Okay, you select the projects, you click Jarvis, agree to the terms and conditions. All right, you are then loaning your crypto to Jarvis with full transparency. This is the difference in our project. Okay, you have access to those funds in Jarvis 24/7. You can see them on the blockchain 24/7 by putting in your wallet address. All right, you can remove them in about 20 seconds it takes. You swipe left on your coin that you have in there, you enter in your 6-digit payment PIN, you enter in your 2FA 6-digit PIN, and you remove your funds straight out. You can do that any time of the day or night. Okay, you're not tied to keeping your money generating you revenues if you don't want to. All right. Jarvis are being traded on 32 exchanges now. There are over 200 bots. All right. All the exchanges that your coins are traded on are insured against hackers breaking into the exchange and taking the coins. So if that happens, we still get our coins. This is really important. It trades daily. Jarvis trades daily with the balances of all the crypto coins that we loan to it. It's in excess of $600 million US worth at the moment. Okay, a lot of money. Every day, the profit from trading with $600 million goes into the reserve pool. It's between $6 and $20 million a day. This is not a pay Peter by robbing Paul, or waiting for people to join in order to pay those from yesterday who joined. So every single day, let's say there's $20 million in profit, that gets divided out based on the amount of crypto we have loaned into Jarvis to trade with it. Okay, I'm not waiting for Duncan to join with his $1,000 to lose half of that, or Duncan lose half of it in commissions to pay his upline. All right, Duncan always has his $1,000. It trades and it generates him a return, and that's what we receive from the value of our coin. Okay, very important. The other thing is a Ponzi. Is cents. Okay, and it got launched at 30 cents. At the end of May, it was 40. At the end of June, 44. July, 47, and we're currently at 48. All right, that's a 63% increase in the token value that you are receiving. So if you have a Bitcoin in there, you're going to see 0.1, let's say, of a Bitcoin every single month. And from that 0.1, all those tokens have gone up 63% in value, as well as you receiving your 10% every month. Okay. Now, transparency is the key to success. This is these are some of our accounts on Binance from July. In order to get to level 8, you have to be trading 150 million of Bitcoin a month. All right, it's about 1.5 billion US dollars. So this is our level 7 account. We have 4 level 8s, which are 150 million dollars worth of trading. We have on this account around 9,000 Bitcoin. On this account, this is our sort of main account for withdrawals of people's funds. we have about 13,000 Bitcoin in there. And when Plus Token went to the wall, taking everybody's money, because only 4 of those 9 points that I have on my trading plan were actually followed. People lost their money, and people thought, oh my God, Cloud Token's going to do the same, so they rushed to withdraw all their funds. So part of any successful ecosystem is that you can see the monies that are withdrawn. So transparency is the key to that. So since the start of the 12th, well, right from January, really, right through to this year, 147 million US dollars worth have been paid out to you and I. Every single day, cashed out and removed from the system. That's a lot of money, all right? And it shows you that our ecosystem and what we tell you we have, and we pay people out, and it works. There is not one person anywhere in the world that can say they have not been paid on Cloud Token with their daily payments, all right? Everybody gets their money every single day, all right? Now, on our app, you can look at the order history. It shows one of the trading bots there, and you can watch it in action. When Cloud 2 comes out in October, when it's launched, we have 2 video cameras that will be in the trading room. So you will have live access 24/7 to watching all the trades going on in the trading room by all the trading bots and the traders. So you can watch this stuff 24/7 to know that it exists. It's not fake, all right? On the Jarvis bot here, you can check your Bitcoin at any time you like. It corresponds to what you have in there, unlike Plus Token that we use in ghost wallets, because they didn't have a mainnet to be able to show you. They could only give you a fake figure while they manipulated stuff on the exchanges and stole your money. If you want, as I say, to take your money out here on Bitcoin, you just swipe left, you'll put in your codes and take your money out. It's that quick, and you can do it any time of the day or night. Nobody's making you keep your money with us. There's no contract, nothing. You want to stop earning interest, take your money out. It's that simple. Okay. So live feed, 100% transparency. We have atomic swap. Nearly 2 phases are out on this. The first phase was enabling people to swap their coin into Tether. That's done. The second part, which I believe we're just waiting on the upgrades to be approved by Apple and Android, or Apple Pay and the App Store, are where you can interswap the coins within Jarvis. And the third phase will enable you to swap your coins into fiat in the relevant country that you're in. Okay, so the first bit is already live. The second bit, we're told, has been done. We're just waiting for the next update for that to happen for us as well, so you can change between your coins in Jarvis. Now, income. All right, it's important that you guys can understand the amount of reward tokens and the sort of values that you can receive, either by yourself or if you want to share this with someone. But we're not financial advisors. I'm certainly not, okay? The ideas presented are our experiences on how to profit in business. They are not financial advice. We're not a financial investment company. We make no representations or guarantees of any income that I'm going to show you, all right? I don't recommend that you outlay money you cannot afford to lose, never. As much as this is a great opportunity, if you put in $10,000 or $1,000 and you can't afford to lose it, don't put it in. It's that simple. You've got to be happy with the level of money that you want to put in, or the level of coins that you want to move across. Don't rush it into anything. Do your own research, massively important. By doing research, I mean due diligence. Okay, so I've given you a lot of information today about Ronald, our projects, everything, and how our ecosystem works. What you need to do is go and check on all of that information, all right? And make sure in your mind that that is all correct and all of these things are there. What you shouldn't do is go onto Google or YouTube and go, is cloud token a scam? Okay, because then you will have about 500 videos come up from YouTubers that get paid what is called click or pay to click. Okay, and they get paid roughly about $2.50 every time somebody clicks their video. All right, and they are doing their absolute utmost best to trash your opportunity. So they would be saying cloud tokens are a con, it's a Ponzi, it's this, it's that, the other. All right, as much as they possibly can, so that you don't invest into cloud, and then they will start talking about their opportunity and telling you what you need to be doing instead. All right, that's not research. Okay, you're just wasting your time. Follow up on the information that I tell you here. All right, and then make your decision. If anything that I'm telling you is wrong, I'd like to know about it. Okay, because that's got serious implications for me and the rest of my team. Now, myself or any team members are not liable for damages, expenses, or losses that you can suffer from any of the information in these slides or anything I'm going to show you. All right. As with any business, your results may vary and will be based on your individual capacity, business experience, expertise, and level of desire. All right. There are no guarantees concerning the level of success you may experience. Everyone's success depends on their dedication, desire, and motivation. All right. So let's say you're an individual here, you've got a little bit of Bitcoin and you want to put it into Jarvis and start earning some cloud tokens. All right. So you put it into your account, you'll receive between 6 and 12% every single month. All right. You can withdraw or cancel at any time, as I've said. Let's give an example. Let's say you've got $1,000 in Bitcoin. All right. And you put that into your cloud token wallet. Your account will grow, let's say 10% to make it easy. So you will generate $100 a month. I want to put that into perspective for you guys who have $1,000 sat in your bank account on deposit. All right. You'll receive, if you're very lucky, about 1% a year, maybe a little bit more dependent if you've got more. It will take you roughly 10 years for your bank to pay you $100 in interest, roughly 10 years. Right? You're going to get this every single month from us. We both do the same thing. The bank uses every single bit of your money to trade on it. All right? In the commodities market, financial markets, everything. And they pay you nothing. Absolutely nothing with your money. All right? Account balances are adjusted daily. So you get your token rewards every single day. And you can cash those out every single day into Ethereum and put them onto, I don't know, Exodus or into your other wallets if you want to spend them through CoinJar or whatever. You can do that. There are plenty of ways where you can bring your coins into mainstream and spend your crypto. Now, benefits of sharing. If you want to share this with other people, then there are some rules, okay? The first rule is that you have to have a minimum of $500 in your account. We suggest to people to put between $600 and $650 in to allow for the fluctuation in Bitcoin, okay? And you will receive on average around 10% played in cloud tokens, all right, paid to you. Now, if you pop next door and see your mate John, he says, I'm in. Here's my 500. John's going to receive $50 a month, isn't he, from his 500 at 10%. And the company will match that to you. So you will also receive $50 a month from John being in there, okay? If he pops next door and sees Sally, Sally says, I'm in. Here's my 500, okay? John will receive $50 from that because that's his front line, and you will receive 50% of that, so you will get $25, okay? Now, in order to open up your second line, you have to personally bring in 2 people, all right? So you would have to have 2 on your front line in order to get paid on your second, and so on. And this goes all the way down to 21 levels that you receive money on. So providing you have actually 16 people on your front line active, it opens all 21 levels for you. All right, that's all you need to do. Now, I'll give you some monetary ideas here. Let's just say you know 3 people that have Bitcoin and they're going to move it into the system. Okay, one of those has got 0.1 of a Bitcoin, someone else has got 1 Bitcoin, somebody else has got 0.5 of a Bitcoin. All right, roughly worth $1,000, 10 grand, and 500. All right, so each month these people are going to receive about $1,150 a month. All right, so on your level 1, you will receive the same $1,150 US every single month for those 3 people. And on your second level, you've got about 3,500, let's say here, and you will receive $175. So in total, that's $1,325 every single month. I want you to understand something again. You are not being paid this money from people joining. You are not being paid this money from people having their deposits that they've put in sold to pay you. You are being paid this money only from the profit that is going on from Jarvis using the Bitcoins to trade with. Okay, and that happens every single day. The money, the profit, and then it gets paid to you. It's an ecosystem. All right, we are not using anybody's money to pay out commissions. All right, that's a Ponzi. It's illegal to do that. So if you were receiving all those tokens, you'd receive the tokens at today's price at 48.4 cents. So 2,700 cloud tokens. And then you can carry on all the way down through your lines, depends how many people you have there. Now, they also have rank promotions. So once you've got 200,000 underneath you, you become a C1. Once you've got 3 C1s under you with 200,000 in each, you become a C2. All right, and you get additional bonuses for that all the way through. To give you some idea, as a C1, I'm a C1 and I'm very close to a C2. I won't be now with Bitcoin dropping down today, but it will happen. As a C1, you earn, when you first become one, probably $200 US, and dependent on how your structure is, anywhere up to $1,000 US per day. Okay. As a C2, you will be earning around 2,000 to 5,000 US a day. As a C3, it's 10,000 to 20,000 US every single day. Luigi is our upline. Okay, he earns that sort of money every single day. We have C4s that are earning well over 50,000, and we have a C5 that's getting over 100 grand every day, 150,000 US daily. Again, all of those monies are paid by us from the trading pool, profits being made on the system. Okay, nothing is coming from our investments at all. So why should you join us? Well, there are no packages for you to buy. You're just moving what you already have across to us. There are no membership fees. There's no monthly orderships to pay out. There's no contract. You can just take your coins out if you don't want to receive interest on them. You can earn passively yourself without sponsoring or sharing this to anyone. That's huge. There is not a network marketing program in the world today that enables you to buy a product once and then continue to be paid on it every single month. Unless somebody's on auto ship and buying those products regularly, you have no ongoing commissions. All right. And the only way you earn that is by sharing it with everyone. Okay. That's huge for people. We generate revenues from the arbitrage and trading, and also all the other projects that are coming online. And the potential of our token can go up 10 times or more in the next 12 months. So I want you to consider this example. Let's say over the next 12 months, you accumulate 50,000 cloud tokens at 30 cents, and the price goes to $3, right? That's 10 times growth. You will have made 150 grand in your cloud token value. All right. If we go to $5, you've made $250,000 US. Huge amount of money. All right, that's more than most people earn in a year in the USA. That's for sure. $250,000 a year just for holding 50,000 cloud tokens. Okay. Future growth. My next target, 200,000 cloud tokens in my wallet. Let's say we go to 10 bucks. All right, that's 2 million US dollars. Here in Australia, it's nearly 3 million Aussie. That's the house paid off, new cars, and enough money to live on for the rest of your life. And that's all achievable inside 12 months. There aren't many opportunities like that in the world today, where you can change your entire life that quickly. Okay, so I'd like to thank you for taking a look at the opportunity. Go back to the person that introduced you, ask them how to get started, or ask any questions that you might have with them, or you can unmute yourself now, and I'll be more than happy to ask some questions if people have any.
Okay, thanks, Tim. I know Malcolm had a question. I don't know whether you want to open your mic, Malcolm, and ask it. I think it was you. Malcolm, are you there? I'm sure it was Malcolm.
No.
Perhaps he's gone to sleep. Trevor's just asked, I would like a copy of this. Yeah, they're all recorded, Trevor, and I upload them onto the YouTube channel. And you can subscribe to that, and you can get them as they get put up live. It'll be on there in probably about an hour and a half.
I've got a question. Could you possibly show us, Tim or anybody, how to convert our cloud token into Ethereum and then put it back into Jarvis? Because I've just had trouble converting it. When I put my 6-digit code in there, my PIN code, it keeps coming up saying afterwards you've got to put 6 digits in.
Yeah, because what you are trying to do is you are only putting 6 digits in. So in the black squares, the 6 black boxes,
yeah,
you put in payment PIN. Underneath there's a white box and it says Google code.
Ah, right. Yeah, I've seen, spotted that.
You click in that and you go to Google Authenticator. You get the current 6-digit code from Google Authenticator and you put that in there. So you now have 12 numbers showing on the screen.
Right.
Then you press convert.
Got you. Right. Got you.
Okay.
Great. That's great. I thought that was.
That will fix your problem, I promise.
Because I thought I understood earlier on that is you only need a Google Authenticator if you was withdrawing money.
No, you put it. They should actually have a gap, and they probably will in two. They should have the 6 digits at the top saying payment PIN and another 6 black boxes saying Google code. It would be a lot easier rather than 6 black boxes and the word Google code underneath it, because it's sort of.
Yeah, I didn't see that because I thought, oh, you could either use one or the other. I thought,
Yeah, that's right. And people don't. It would be a lot easier if it was conformed the same. But that's what you need to do and it'll work.
Right, brilliant. I was just worried about my payment PIN and I thought, oh my God, it's not working because there's 2 zeros in it or something. And it probably said originally, do not use zeros or something like that. And I was getting Right, okay. Thank you very much.
A few people slip up on that, so thanks for bringing that up.
Right, yeah, that's fine, Duncan. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Tim, it's Sat.
Hi, Sat.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Fantastic. I just wanted to ask a quick question. A couple of people have been asking me, is there a list of the management team, the entire management team, and what their roles are within cloud? It's
actually on the, well, the management team are on the white paper, if you look.
Oh, right, okay.
I think, page 45, I looked. They're all there, and a brief background about themselves as well.
Brilliant, brilliant. I'll do that. I forgot about that, actually. Thanks.
Okay.
That's great. Good presentation, Tim. Fantastic.
Thank you, Sat.
Anybody else, any questions?
Can I just mention about the external wallets, Tim? You said that they don't get any interest like a bank account. I didn't realise that. I always thought these like WireX and Coinbase and all the others, got a little bit of interest, but that's hardly anything then at all. It's like a bank account, is it?
Yeah, you get nothing unless you're with Binance, and they run an affiliate program. So you get paid commissions based on what people start transacting with Binance with. So they run it slightly different, but you don't get paid a return for keeping your money on an exchange.
Right. God, that's awful. Just will come with us then.
I used to think that it went up and down with the fluctuation of Bitcoin when you had it in your wallet.
Well, your Bitcoin goes up and down in value based on Bitcoin's fluctuation, but the exchange isn't paying you to hold your coin because it's not using your coins.
Right, I got you. I understand. I got you.
Yeah.
Deb Miller has asked, where do we get the white paper? If you go to the website, you can find it on there. Hope that helps.
That's cloudtokenwallet.com.
Yeah. Okay, if nobody else has got any questions, just want to remind everybody we have another call 10 a.m. UK time tomorrow morning. That's 2 a.m. PST if anybody in the States is up late. 5 p.m. EDT and 7 a.m. in Queensland. That's actually on Monday in Queensland, just to confuse everybody.
Tim, can I just ask one more question?
$50.
What is their long-term goal? I know it's a broad question, but in your view, I'm not asking for a different...
Well, we're going to be a global payment solution for the world. So it's going to be somewhere where you can hold your crypto. It'll get traded on. You can run your whole telecom network using the data SIM. The data SIM is truly amazing. Like they've overcome all the roaming issues and everything else. So you can use your SIM in any country you like because it doesn't have a number. It's running on Ori blockchain. Very, very, very clever. It's going to rip the telecom industry apart, I'll tell you. And there's nothing they can do about it. You can be in the middle of the desert and use your phone.
Yeah. Wow.
Ronald stated as well that he intended this to be as bigger than PayPal and WeChat put together.
And we'll do it inside 3 years. Like it took PayPal about 12 years to become the size it's at. And we'll do it inside 3, especially through Asia.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, sounds incredible.
Oh, it really is. The opportunity is huge for everyone, whether they want to share this themselves with other people or whether they just want to be part of it.
Yeah.
It's still huge.
So take it seriously.
Yes. Thanks, Tim.
That's okay.
Okay, guys, unless anybody else has got a last question before we finish, I want to thank everybody for attending tonight, and hopefully we'll see you early in the morning.
Yeah, I'll see you tonight.
See you tonight, Tim. Okay, thanks, everybody.
Right. Thank you very much.
See you guys later.
Speak in the morning.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Duncan.
Bye.
Thanks.